What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new video. So for the past week in the market, it actually hasn't been too bad. There's been a lot of good news on a vaccine, so the markets are actually pretty propped up. But for today's video, we're going to be going over the dividends that was paid out for the month of July. Now, the month of July is pretty important because it is the mark or the start of quarter 3. So for those who don't know, the stock market is broken up into quarters. Starts with January, February, March. Then it goes to April, May, June. Then the third quarter, which is July, August, September. And then the final 3 is October, November, December. So for me, this is the start of a whole new quarter, and the dividends are kind of just plowing in. All these companies are starting to pay out. And this is important because this is actually passive income. So for those who also don't know, passive income is money you don't have to trade your time for a dollar amount. So that would be active income, where you go to work, you put your time in, and you get a received dollar amount. Passive income is where money is generated just by itself. You don't have to actively work for it. So all these companies paying me out is active income. So it's only a little bit for me just because at the moment I only have $1,450 invested. So that's relatively small for dividend investing. But as you can see, each video I upload every week, the dollar amount or my portfolio value increases because I'm continually putting money in and buying dividend stocks. But before we get into the video, guys, I would just like to say, please consider subscribing. I do videos like this all the time where we do portfolio updates. We also go over stock market news, what's happening in the market, and like upcoming or my prospect dividend plays. So please consider subscribing, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so to start we have PPL. I own 1 share. This is my utility company, and they pay out pretty nice, 42 cents to start off on July 1st. Next we go to ADP. They are my second largest holding. I do own 1 share. They operate in the business sector. They handle large amounts of employee payrolls, so they paid me 91 cents. On July 2nd, I got paid out by Coca-Cola. This is Warren Buffett's all-time favorite stock. At the moment, I only owned 1 share, so they paid me 41 cents, but currently I own 1.2. Squeezing in for June 3rd was Reeves Utility Income Fund, otherwise ticker symbol known as UTG. They are a monthly paying stock of 18 cents, so we're not going to count them. Next, we have Power Shares, S&P 500 High Dividend Low Volatility ETF. Most famously known in the dividend community as SPHD. They paid me out 46 cents on July 1st. I own 3 shares, and they are special because they pay me out monthly. I've been paid out 46 cents by them for the past 2 months, so I would like to add more shares to hopefully get to $1. Next, we have the Vanguard US REIT Fund, ticker symbol VNQ. I own 1 share, and they paid me 76 cents. They are a REIT ETF, so they hold a variety of REIT stocks. Next, we move on to another REIT, Store Capital. This company is pretty cool. They own a lot of malls and shopping centers and outlets. I own 2 shares, and they paid me 70 cents. Next, we have the Vanguard Intermediate Term Corporate Bond ETF. This is a long-term corporate bond ETF that holds a variety of companies, and they pay monthly of 19 cents. Next, we have our first tech stock, Amdocs. Now, Amdocs, I only own 1 share. They're kind of like a future prospect play as we move into 5G, and they do pay a nice dividend of 33 cents. Next, we have Cisco. They operate in the food and service industry. So for me, my personal relation to them is I work in fast food. So when we get our shipments, all on the boxes and on the truck says Cisco. So they are a big supplier of a lot of food for most fast food chains. And I only own 1 share, and they paid me 45 cents. Next, we have JP Morgan Chase. This is one of my big dividends to come in this month, which is $1.35. So some news came out, I believe, last week about the banks and the Fed stress test, and how pretty much the Fed ruled that banks did not have enough capital to continually pay out their dividends. So Wells Fargo, as far as I know, is the only one that has suspended their dividend. JP Morgan and a few others have decided to keep paying it out. So thankfully we received $1.35. Next, we have Invesco Mortgage Capital, ticker symbol IVR. This is another little small REIT. They handle mortgages, and they paid me 4 pennies for 2 shares. And already for August, we are receiving 83 cents from AT&T, 62 cents from Verizon. So the cool thing is, this is all subject to change. What I mean is, more companies are expected to pay me out. As we saw down here, UTG paid me out June 30th, so I am expecting 18 pennies coming in from UTG towards the end of July. And from my other monthly dividend paying stock, which is ticker symbol DIV, I'm expecting another 10 pennies. So if we add it all up for the month of July, we have made $5.56. Now this is a big milestone. I was waiting. I didn't think I was going to be hitting $5 for another couple more months, but nope, it finally all added up for quarter 3. And look at this jump from 86 cents in June to $5.56. That is $5 in passive income that I did not have to work for. And then down here we have the Verizon and AT&T. Haven't been paid out yet, but I've just added it in. We are at $1.45. So some future goals of mine would be, I'm hoping by quarter 4, so by the time October hits, I'm trying to reach $10. If we can reach the $10 mark by quarter 4, that would be amazing. But now just for some basic portfolio updates, as you saw from last week's video, we had at the time purchased only 0.4 of a share. This week I finally finished it off. I bought the other 0.6, so we now have a total 1 share of Microsoft. At the moment I'm down about $7, but it's not bad because, to be honest, there's lots of good news coming out about Microsoft. They got the new Xbox coming out, and some news came out about possibly buying the Warner Bros. Gaming division from AT&T, so that would kind of boost the stock a little bit. They're making plays. Honestly, in under 10 years, I'm hoping to possibly double my money here. In terms of dividends, it's a small yield at 1%. They annually pay me out $2.04, so that's pretty good. And the payout ratio is at a healthy, very good 35%. This translates to them paying me out quarterly of 51 pennies. And if we look at the dividend history of the stock, it just continually goes up. So this is what I want to see. So as we look at their total revenues, we can see every year it's going up. And this is also what I want to see. I want to see companies making money that can afford to pay out the dividend. So for me, there's lots of good future prospects with Microsoft. As we know, the whole tech industry as a whole is propping up the market and continually bull runs up at the moment. So I kind of wanted to cop in. But that's going to be the video, guys. If you guys want to see more content where we do weekly updates on the market and just follow along my small portfolio, please consider subscribing, leave a like, and we'll see you guys in the next video.